Hey everyone, welcome back to T-Facts. Today, we're diving into the world of reality TV with the latest from Netflix's hit series, Love is Blind Asterisk. We've got some spicy stories that reveal the drama, heartbreak, and unexpected twists from Season 8. So, let's get started with our first story. Next, let's discuss a bold suggestion. Should Love is Blind Asterisk ditch the I do? With so much drama surrounding relationships that don't end in weddings, is it time to rethink the show's format? We'll break down why some believe the pressure of marriage might be too much for these couples. In our third story, we'll take a closer look at Dave and Madison, two contestants competing for attention but struggling to find love. Their journey reveals just how difficult it can be to navigate relationships post-experiment. Are they this season's biggest villains? You'll want to hear this. And finally, we have a twist for you. Meet Molly Mullaney, who didn't get engaged but came to be viewed as the hero of Season 8. Discover how her loyalty and moral compass made a significant impact on her fellow contestants. Was she the voice of reason in a sea of chaos? Stick around as we break down each story, analyze the drama, and unpack everything happening in the Love is Blind universe right now. Let's kick things off with our first story. The male villains of Love is Blind Season 8. This season hasn't been without its share of drama, and we're reflecting on 8 male contestants who found themselves labeled as the villains of the franchise. It's certainly been a snooze fest for some fans, but drama has still unfolded throughout the 12 episodes. First on our list is Dave Bettenburg, who made waves with his shady behavior toward Lauren O'Brien. When Lauren shared her complicated past involving a friends with benefits situation, Dave struggled to handle it maturely. Instead of showing understanding, he ended up blindsiding her with his lack of empathy, which ultimately led to their breakup. Moving on, we have Chatterjee, the first truly iconic villain from earlier seasons. His probing questions about women's appearances marked him as disrespectful and insincere. He famously admitted to being the antagonist of his season, a title he wore with pride. His behavior not only affected his relationship with Deep Vempati, but also left a sour taste in viewers' mouths. Next is Bartise Bowden from Season 3, who entered the pods with high hopes but ultimately became a walking red flag. After proposing to Nancy Rodriguez, he shared his attraction to another contestant, Raven Ross, leaving Nancy devastated. His decision at the altar to reject her really demonstrated his villainous tendencies, showcasing a true lack of consideration for her feelings. Let's not forget about Trevor Sova from Season 6. While he started off strong, he ended up in hot water after his ex-girlfriend accused him of being dishonest about their relationship status during filming. His fabricated storylines led to a complicated reunion that left him looking disingenuous and untrustworthy. And then Jeremy Lutinsky, who quickly became infamous for his love triangle drama. After getting engaged to Laura Dadisman, he rekindled feelings for Sarah Ann Bick, leading to a chaotic fallout. His antics during and after the honeymoon raised eyebrows and painted him as another villain in this love experiment gone wrong. We also saw Stephen Richardson, who initially seemed sweet but turned sour, making his partner Monica Davis uncomfortable with his inappropriate advances. After their split, calls for his accountability emerged, and his actions during the reunion didn't help his reputation either. Finally, we can't ignore Alex Brown, who came with serious allegations of shady behavior outside the pods. Details about his conduct came to light, leading many to question his fit for the show. While he didn't get engaged, his reputation took a hit from the ensuing rumors. So, whether it was through blatant disrespect, dishonesty, or manipulative behaviors, these gentlemen earned their spots on the villain list. Love is Blind may be a search for true connections, but it certainly showcases the darker sides of dating in the process. Let's see what drama unfolds in future seasons as these stories continue to evolve. Now, let's dive into our second story. Should Love is Blind ditch the I do? As we explore the season, a growing sentiment has emerged among fans and critics alike. Perhaps it's time for a format refresh. While the show aims to focus on deep emotional connections over physical appearances, the pressure of the wedding has often overshadowed the very premise that makes Love is Blind unique. Season after season, we've witnessed couples struggling under the immense pressure to say, "I do," despite their emotional connections being far from solid. As many contestants have learned, navigating love in the modern world is complex, and the addition of wedding vows complicates things even further. The reality is, the show tends to veer into familiar territory occupied by traditional dating shows, relying heavily on drama that stems from failed connections rather than the genuine attempts to find lasting love. With creator Chris Seelan admitting that the season also features storylines from couples who don't end in engagements, it's evident that the drama of unhappy relationships may be the true backbone of the show. If that's the case, why not embrace this chaos? By taking the pressure off contestants to commit to marriage, the series could allow for more authentic moments and deeper explorations of relationships without the looming end goal of a wedding. As the format stands, the wedding episodes create dramatic tension, but may detract from what the series was initially intended to showcase: a social experiment on forming connections without superficial influences. So we ask, is it time to accept that the drama of non-engaged couples is just as entertaining and perhaps even more relatable? Shifting from a wedding-centric finale to focusing on meaningful connections could refresh the show and perhaps keep audiences coming back for more. We'll have to see how the future seasons evolve, but with the feedback from fans and contestants about the current structure, this could be a pivotal moment for Love is Blind. In our third story, we turn our attention to the tumultuous relationship between Dave and Madison, two contestants who displayed some of the most intense drama this season. From their time in the pods to their post-experiment interactions, these two certainly filled their roles in the chaotic landscape of Love is Blind. After initially connecting in the pods, both Dave Bettenburg and Madison Aricciello struggled once they returned to the real world. Their personalities and insecurities clashed, leading to a series of confrontations that showcased their inability to form a healthy bond. The tension between them was palpable during the much-anticipated Pod Squad meetup, where they essentially vied for attention and sympathy from their fellow contestants. Let's start with Dave. He found himself at the center of attention after his relationship with Lauren O'Brien crumbled. Instead of taking responsibility for his actions, he appeared desperate for sympathy and validation. Watching him attempt to manipulate the narrative around his breakup was cringeworthy, especially when he met Molly Mullaney, who wasn't buying into his attempts to manipulate sympathy. Molly laid out the truth about how he treated Lauren, making it clear that his behavior was unacceptable, a confrontation that should have been a wake-up call for him. On the other hand, Madison tried to position herself as the victim in her dealings with Dave and others in the Pod Squad. Sporting a new look that week, she aimed to capture attention, but instead ended up deepening her negative narrative. She spent most of the meetup trashing former connections and complaining about their choices, trying to paint herself as the mistreated character. Yet, her attempts to undermine others' journeys only served to alienate her further from the group. As the drama unfolded, it became clear that both Dave and Madison were cut from the same cloth. Their selfishness led them to villain status, showing that rather than grow from their experiences, they remained entrenched in their own perspectives. As we take a closer look at their stories, it's evident that neither contestant truly understood the nature of the experiment or the importance of vulnerability and authenticity. The dynamics within the Pod Squad showcase that while both contestants experienced difficulties, neither learned from their mistakes, leading to a bitter rivalry rather than a productive journey toward love. In the end, Dave and Madison's toxic interactions not only contributed to their downfall, but also left a lasting impression on both viewers and their fellow contestants. It's clear that navigating post-experiment life is just as challenging, if not more so, than the initial dating in the pods. And finally, let's talk about Molly Mullaney, who has emerged as the unexpected hero of Love is Blind Season 8. While she didn't get engaged, Molly's character and loyalty stood out amidst the chaos surrounding her fellow contestants. Her journey is a refreshing reminder of what true friendship looks like in the often tumultuous world of reality dating. Molly found herself in a complicated situation when she realized she was vying for the same man as Lauren O'Brien during the initial stages of the experiment. Despite the potential for rivalry, Molly showed remarkable maturity and integrity. When Dave Bettenburg began treating Lauren poorly, Molly chose to prioritize her friend's well-being over her own desires. Instead of trying to win Dave back, she supported Lauren, demonstrating what it means to be a true ally in a competitive environment. During a pivotal moment at the Pod Squad reunion, Molly didn't hesitate to confront Dave about his behavior. When he attempted to garner sympathy for his treatment of Lauren, Molly stepped in with a strong message, reminding him of the pain he caused. Her ability to stand up for her friend without fear of backlash set an inspiring example for viewers and contestants alike. Throughout the season, Molly maintained her own sense of morality, consistently choosing to uplift those around her instead of engaging in the negativity that seemed to plague many of her peers. She became a voice of reason when tensions escalated and demonstrated that compassion trumps competition. Her integrity shone even brighter when she celebrated along with Sarah Carton and Ben Mezinga, who successfully navigated their own relationship journey to wedding day bliss. Ultimately, Molly Mullaney's experience on Love is Blind reminds us that it's not just about finding love, but also about forming lasting friendships and supporting one another in challenging times. Her journey may not have ended in an engagement, but her character has undoubtedly left a mark on Season 8. Let's hope that future contestants take a page from Molly's playbook and remember the importance of loyalty and kindness in their quest for love.